Hi, living in Boulder Vlog, June 25th, 2020, 6:58 p.m. on a Thursday. So, um, oh, that's what it is. I have too many dang pillows. My pillowcases are in the washing machine right now. I got extras, but I don't know where they are, or I'm too lazy to put them on. Um, I think I had some insomnia last night, and then so I slept in this morning until like noon. My shoulder is really sore, like this shoulder here. When I do my arm up like this motion, it really hurts, just from age. I think more this shoulder than this shoulder because I've had some injuries with this one just from like, I remember I bench pressed once too much just a couple of years ago. So, yeah, like a couple of years ago, just 3 years ago, I had a gym briefly at the gym. I had a membership briefly at the gym, and I went in one day and did incline of 135 pounds. And normally, when I was younger, 135 pounds, 10 reps is easy as pie. So it got hard, and I was like, fuck it, do 10. That was a bad idea because it was like, I felt it, like a whole vibration in my body as all the muscles tore in the shoulder. And so maybe that's why the shoulder's a little bit more sore. But I don't know. I need to do a weightlifting and all that other stuff. Slow going because, let's see, I haven't really done anything since 2010 when I went bike touring for 6 months in Europe. But that was kind of like a bike touring slash kind of partying. I wasn't all bike touring the whole time. And then, and that was it, man. Nothing, no exercise. I was washing windows for a few years, and I'd ride my bike out to work maybe once or twice a week. But that was only like a couple miles, just down the road. So that's hardly exercise. So, and I'm 46. And so that's 10 years of absolutely nothing. And then I had a bunch of years, pretty much my whole life, of doing absolutely nothing as well. Just to my background and my family, mainly my family. So I'm like behind, way behind. So, anyways, it's going to take a while to get it back. My mom says 6 months. Not like she knows what the hell she's talking about. But I love it when people give me numbers because I'll turn that number into something. So 6 months, yes. It'll probably take me that long. 6 weeks. Probably 6 weeks until I feel like the vibe, you know, like I'm listening to music and I'm like, oh, let's hammer. 6 weeks until I can hammer without, because if I hammered now, I'd hurt myself. Like I would, my cardiovascular, I hurt. I'd overcook myself. And I actually could hurt my knees as well. My knee is sore and my left ankle. My whole left side is sore. Um, so, um, so yeah, I got up and definitely took my time with breakfast. 2 eggs, 4 slices of bread. So I think I had the cantaloupe. Yeah, I think a whole cantaloupe for breakfast. Protein drink. I think that's what I had for breakfast. So, and then I went out. I'm in a level of fitness way below than I've ever been. So the rules are completely different from what I'm used to. What I'm used to is being able to ride all day. So I would get up in the morning and I just ride all day and I have those goobers. But now, because I'm old and out of shape, all I can do is whatever's in my stomach. And then I got to go home when whatever energy I left with runs out because I can't refuel out there because my system isn't on par enough. If I ate out there, I would just barf or pass out. And my heart doesn't pump hard enough. My heart is atrophied. So I come back, when I really want to, I would have a nap and a snack, and then I'd go out again for another lollygagger. But I didn't do that today because I went to my mom's house and I just need to rest anyway. I haven't taken a day off since I started. I don't plan on taking a day off tomorrow, but even just the ride I did today is enough. I yawn a lot, and that's indicative of health problems. So when I stop yawning, you know that my heart is finally starting to grow to a strength that can handle pumping enough blood into my brain, and then on my heart, my yawning doesn't have to supplement that. So, and that'll be in probably another month. Um, so, um, um, so today, yeah, after I took my time and had breakfast, I got on the electric bike because yesterday I did my first electric bike ride and it only had 12% when it came back, but I turned around at Lee Hill. So this time I wanted to go all the way up and see how far it could take me. So I made it. I went to the hill, down Lee Hill, down to the canyon, James Canyon. And then I headed up towards Ward, but I only made it maybe a mile or two, a couple miles until it kicked out. And but it wasn't a very steep ride, so I just kept riding. I'm like, I don't think this e-bike is helping me. Whatever, I'll keep going. Whatever, da da da. It's a pretty canyon. And then this biker, this like racer, zooms by me. So I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm going home. So I came home and I turned around to the road that has Lee Hill. I took a right and I went up the hill all the way to the top, but I had to walk it most of the way because that wheel is really heavy. Maybe when I was at my absolute fittest, I could ride that up with the hill, maybe even just a few years ago, but no, not now. I'm walking it. And then I rode down, but the battery wasn't enough to turn it back on again, even though it said 4%. It says you're saying 3% forever, and what wasn't helping me. So once it gets down to 4%, it cuts out. I thought it would go until 1%, and then once it's 0%, it cuts out. But no, it cuts out at about 4. So I coasted home, but it was all right because that's the beauty of it. I only had that one hill, and then there's this other hill on the way back on Lee, but that rear wheel is so damn heavy that the momentum can keep you going. I remember riding down the hill and then going up the hill and going, oh right, that momentum of the wheel just keeps going, and it zoomed me up the hill, until just a little few strokes from the top. But once it comes to a stop, you're really coming to a stop, and and that's what it's like riding a Copenhagen wheel up really steep, even when it's charged. You barely feel like it's charged. Like it seems like it barely can take care of its own weight, and the bicycle maybe boost you a little bit, but no, you're on your own. Those Copenhagen wheels, you really feel the push from the Copenhagen wheel when you're on the flats, but not when you're going up a hill, really steep. And even slight hills, you can feel it, but not the really steepies. But I'm 190 pounds. Like my fiance's coming in a couple of weeks, and she's 110. So even though she doesn't have the watts that I do, she might probably will get more range out of that freaking thing than I will. So maybe one day I'll be light and fit enough for it to get me all the way to Brainerd Lake. You'll never know. Maybe I'll know maybe when I do it. Maybe I could put it on like level 2 because I have there's turbo, regular, and eco. So maybe if I put it on regular or eco, it'll last and it'll be worth it to get me there. I don't know, but that's kind of one reason I bought it, but I didn't need it for that. The other reason I bought it is just to be able to zoom up and down all these hills fast so I could feel fast. Add some excitement to the trade, and also a flat hill when my fiance comes, she can ride the bike. So, I came back, and by the time I came back, I was cooked. My body, like my whole body is a sore and feverish, and it's not just my muscles, but digestive system and my heart and everything. So, overdoing myself is definitely not what anybody would recommend me to do right now. Because I've been my whole life, like I said, I've been my whole life doing nothing. If you wanted to fast forward it past 10 years ago, I was still doing nothing. I was just sitting in my bed. And then when you go back to where I was living in Chile, it was between the 2001 and 2006. Well, I guess late 2001 to beginning of 2007. And I was doing a little bit of exercise. I was riding bikes out to my English classes, but I didn't, nothing beyond that. So, and then college didn't really do much. So, yeah. So take your goddamn fucking time, dude. There ain't no rush. The only thing that matters is that you keep going. Oh my God, almost 10 minutes. Talk to you tomorrow.